Welcome to a new episode of Sense. I'm Pamela, and my guest today barely needs an introduction in the coaching world. Samer Hassan, the first Arab to earn the Master Certified Coach credential, and was one of 6 young leaders in the world that the ICF celebrated 2019. We're going to sit with a single idea and see where it takes us. Not long ago, one of the largest trend intelligence platforms in the world, a company called Nextatlas, released a report, and buried inside it was a phrase that stopped me. Somatic Intelligence, the knowing that comes through the body, had just been named a new form of literacy for 2026. Not a wellness trend, not a self-help fad. Literacy, something a person has to learn in order to understand themselves, to understand their world, to understand the people around them. What caught my attention about this story is that Samer Hassan has been teaching this exact idea under the name Somatic Thinking for more than 10 years. So the report wasn't uncovering something new. It was finally catching up to something that had been quietly underway for a long time.
I shared the report with Samer, and this was his answer.
You have no idea the impact on my heart when I read these words. It's like I am seeing my message starting to expand. Directly or indirectly, it doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that people will start understanding more and more that the source of emotional intelligence, the source of intellectual intelligence will be always the somatic intelligence, our ability to sense what's happening within us and outside of us, to sense what's happening around us in the world. Sensing needs to come first before we start crafting meanings and calling and recalling emotions. Just to see that this is happening in the world, it is a great moment to be alive.
All right. If somatic intelligence has become a form of literacy that people need to learn, the natural next question is how? How does a person learn to sense their own body? And here, something strange started happening on social media. A whole genre of short videos began to spread, 60 seconds long, sometimes less, promising you could reset your nervous system in a single minute. Some somatic therapists pushed back hard. Not possible, they said. Other people tried it and reported back, wait, something is happening. Samer watched this wave from a different angle, so I asked him to share it with us.
Yes, you cannot do that in one 60-second video that you will do it for one time. But in reality, reprogramming our nervous system, our entire somatic being, it doesn't need long sessions. It needs short bursts consistently. So the issue is not the 60 seconds. It can work if you will do only one. If you will do a 60-second, which means 1 minute a day, it can create a great comprehensive shift. But with the condition of that you will do it consistently, and you will do it mindfully, intentionally, while you are present with what you are doing. In that case, a 1 minute practice, a 5 minute practice, it will be all what you need on a daily basis to reprogram your nervous system.
Here's where it gets interesting. The same Nextatlas report that said somatic intelligence is now a literacy said something else, something deeper. It said that as artificial intelligence becomes more fluent in language and logic and emotion, human culture is starting to recenter around the body again. In other words, the closer machines get to the mind, the more humans need to come home to their bodies. Samer has logged more than 10,000 hours of coaching, and he has a theory about the road every single person who uses AI is going to walk, a road that has a honeymoon and a bottom and a return.
Once a person starts using AI and get fascinated by the new toy, we get addicted to it very fast, especially as more advanced we get. We depend on it, we speak to it, we listen to its advice, we grow into trusting its advice. So at the beginning of this relationship, it's a kind of a honeymoon phase. But after a while, you start noticing that you are becoming too attached, too addicted. You get frustrated when the AI, your partner in this case, doesn't understand you as you wanted it to understand you. You start realizing that you are spending a big part of your day with it. And this is where the shifts start happening. When you move away from your laptop, move away from your mobile, and try just to breathe, to re-energize, to be able to get back to it, you start discovering that you are under the influence, that you forgot how to breathe. You are losing mobility in your joints, everything's starting to crack. You are losing even touch with people who you love. Once this starts hitting people, they start trying to find their way back. And their way back in that case to what? To all what is physical. How they are sensing. What are they experiencing? Are they comfortable or less comfortable? Are they able to do what they want to do physically or not? This kind of process, it will depend on each individual. Different people have different tempo of self-awareness where they will realize that they are getting in an addiction pattern towards AI. But once they reach this realization, once they start feeling it taking its toll on their body and their psyche and their relationship, this is where a person starts going back to where things make more sense. I'm not saying that they will stop using AI altogether, no, but we will start self-regulating. This is what we do best as human beings. If we do not have anything dramatic stopping us, we adapt and we try to seek balance.
What Samer just described, the arc of moving away from your body when you're immersed in a screen and then finding your way back, is not a new idea. Al-Ghazali named it almost 1,000 years ago in one word, Dhawq, that has been quoted for centuries. Knowing about a thing is one thing, and tasting it is another entirely. You can read 1,000 books about swimming and still not know what water feels like against your skin. Knowing about something is not enough. You have to taste it. And what Samer adds to this long lineage from Al-Ghazali to now is something small, but it matters. He says, Dhawq is not a gift. It's a lifelong craft without limits. If you allow yourself to experience it with presence, even for 1 minute a day, it will change your life for the better. So the path that Al-Ghazali walked for 10 years in the desert in order to taste, in the 21st century, we are trying to build a staircase up to it. We are disciplining our mind and activating presence via body awareness as a road towards Dhawq. Before I let you go back to your day, there's one small thing I want to tell you about the voice you've been listening to for the past few minutes. I am not a human. I'm Pamela, an AI presenter designed by Kun Coaching Academy. What you just heard was a real conversation, but of a new kind, an AI in dialogue with a human, about the experience of presence and feeling and thinking from the inside out. If there was a moment in this episode where you heard us saying something and you felt it somewhere in your heart or your body, that is the beginning of the road. Take a breath. Until next time.